experience, which isn't. I'm just not in the right environment. Second, this is a technical fancy term, which once you comprehend the neurolinguistic programming matrix, which isn't the matrix to society and yeet. I'm currently sitting on this exercise ball because to me it's better than a chair. So there's a very short video on the NLP Academy channel by John Grinder, who came up with all the stuff in the first place, and he got some of this information from Gregory Bateson on the unconscious conscious communication spectrum, which your system, you can get your system to communicate to you via a placebo effect through how you feel, specifically through sense systems. That's not that hard to comprehend. It just means, can you ask yourself to respond to something in a way that tells you how you actually feel about it via a sound, a feeling somewhere in your body, or by seeing an image in your head. That's basically all it means. Now, I'm calling it conscious-unconscious cooperation, not only because of the emphasis on you being genuine to yourself. That's what it means. That's what that huge fancy technical term actually means. Unconscious conscious cooperation just means how genuine you are to yourself on levels you're not aware of, for which the idiot that you have to just get around in this is a fancy term called perceptual filters, which also applies to the energy world, which I don't think almost anybody knows. The fancy term for annoying, the fancy way of saying energy block is annoying perceptual energetic filters, which you encounter in Qigong if you do actually have something really damn annoying mentally stuck in there that you weren't aware of. Although we're gonna put it into quite a fun context in this video. So, and there's another hidden detail of this so unconscious conscious cooperation being another way of saying how genuine, so what do you want to, how genuinely are you acting so that you are doing what you genuinely want to do at levels you're not consciously aware of? That's what it means. Therefore, like as well as 6-step reframing, which they don't tell you this stuff, I had to figure it out myself, is also quite an emphasis on neurosis. That they call it a conscious-unconscious split, although it's really, if you're not acting the way you generally want to act and you're stuffing your emotions down, it means that you are divided from yourself, and then you systematize this division into parts of yourself. If you're not doing what you generally want to do just because pain is there, and you are systematically moving away from what you generally want to do into this version of yourself that you don't want to be, then those two are called opposing parts or contradictory parts. Robert Dilts called it contradictory parts of a belief system, which can cause illness in today's world, where I assume that most problems are just based upon intellectual reasons, i.e. things are just so damn convenient and we have enough fuel to survive nowadays, So people can just get wound up in their thoughts way too damn much, and because their thoughts have the most power over their lives, really annoying stuff can build up to things like muscle pains really easily and even cause a lot of illness. So one of the aspects of this process, one of the really subtle aspects of this process, is building cooperation to the parts of yourself that you're not aware of through checking that the right feelings are there. And checking that the right feelings are there is, to me, the way of checking and building the options that you want to be there, although in this case of getting our dream trick, we want to reveal through our feelings and aspects of our emotional experience, subtle aspects of our emotional experience. We want to get our systems to reveal to us what we need to be in our emotional experience in order to systematically access our best states on command. Tony Robbins has a story where he did this, although he doesn't tell you specifically how he did this. And if you'll help me, I'll get to it sooner, and I think I'm almost pretty much there anyway. I'm almost at 3 videos for this video anyway. I'm not trying to create multiple videos, although it's just turning into it. So after how genuine you are to yourself, the biggest aspect of this, as I've alluded to, there are 2 really damn big aspects to this which you have to get down, which you have to comprehend, and I'm going to try to make it simple. Is the process relies on you building up the feelings within your system for how you want to feel based upon what aspects of sensory experience are there. What that means is if you're relying on what you see in doing something, if I'm imagining myself doing a side flip, then how can I look at that memory in order to change the detail of it and make myself feel more confident about it? And I'm just focusing on confidence in this video just to make things simple. If I'm relying on my internal feelings about it, or my external feelings about it, like how hard is my landing, like once you contextualize the term sensory experience, you can contextualize the technical terms sensory assimilation to mean quite simple things. It means walk through what you are seeing, what you are feeling, what you are hearing in an experience in order to make it better or worse. Like run through it. If you're doing it in a parkour line where you feel uncomfortable, what in your visualization makes you feel uncomfortable and how can you make it better? And the next part, I think, quite amplifies visualization in a way that people don't tell you about. Annoyingly. And this part also relies on how you're cooperating with yourself at levels you're not aware of. Because it's all about how connected you are with yourself and how connected you are to the pains that are present in your life, and how the pains that are present in your life are interfering and blocking you from what you actually want to do. So, sitting here right now, if I'm out of my head and I'm only focused on talking to you, then I'm quite disconnected with how I feel in my own body unless something bespoke happens. If I were, this goes into ways of viewing yourself inside and out, and we're not going to involve mirrors because I haven't really used mirrors that much at all. exercise in Heart of the Mind for the phobia release is to go inside your head. Imagine you're watching yourself on the cinema screen. Just take away the cinema. You're watching this video on yourself that's above you because of a visual behavioral, and you're adjusting how connected you are to that video of yourself by not only imagining yourself above yourself as being above yourself, you also imagine that you go up on a projector. So you're also way behind yourself, farther from yourself, about at the same level as a cinema screen, and you adjust. You put things in place that adjust your sensory experience. How you are seeing yourself on the screen, how you're feeling, how you are hearing yourself on the screen. And this is where your feelings get a lot more important, because in this case, if I can, I think this is going to be like the internal testing lab for where your peak states of performance are, for how to systematically put yourself in those peak states of performance where cogs just flow, perhaps regardless of how much emotional baggage you are. This is going to be where the 80% of the iceberg is. That's different from the 20% that you're consciously